Hi everyone, I am Christine Josty of Mail Something Pretty, and I wanted to show you these really pretty cards. My intention was to make a Valentine's Day card, and I don't have any designated Valentine card sets, so I kind of looked at what I had, and I decided that I could make this card into Valentine's Day card, because just a little reminder that you are loved, and then I'll write a little Valentine message on the inside. So I wanted to show you one, where my inspiration came from, and two, how to make it. So I actually, this is from the new 2023 Occasions catalog. And so on page 65, there is this bundle, the Framed Florets bundle, which actually was pre-released in the fall, and so some of you may already have it. And if not, it's definitely a great stamp set to have. So that's the stamp set. But if you look here at this example, you'll kind of see that my card is pretty similar to the sample in the catalog. So make sure, after you have catalogs, look at all the pictures to copy. Copy almost exactly, or take inspiration points and tweak them as your own. But that's where I decided, that's where I kind of got inspired for the card. And so this is the stamp set. Like I said, it's Framed Florets, and you get all these dies with that bundle. And so you get 3 ovals, plus you get the outlines of all the flowers and a couple of the detailed elements there. And so, since I have this here, I'll just show you this part. I already cut out my hearts, and so I just wanted to show you. So for this particular oval, it cuts out just the hearts. It does not cut out an oval shape, so it's just more of a detailed look. But what I did on this particular die is I just used a paint marker, and I kind of made a direction on my die, because when you turn it over, the hearts are going in the right direction. So if you're making multiples and you're just kind of running them through, that's just like an easy point to know where the center is, and also kind of where the top is. So it's just a little trick. And then you get all these like little hearts. So what I did was I saved them. You can see I made a bunch of them. And so I have all these little heart confettis, and so I will probably turn those into a shaker card. All right. The other ovals actually cut out. So like I said, this one just cuts out the hearts, but these 2 ovals cut out actually 2 pieces at once. So this one will cut out the inside oval, but it also cuts out the frame. So you get kind of 2 dies, or 2 cutouts with one. And same with this one. This one will cut out the oval, like that piece I have, because this is the one we're using. So it cuts out that shape, but it also cuts out the frame that you can use later, or you can use them together. So they're different because you get 2 cutouts. So actually, we're going to start the card with this part. I'm going to take over some scrap paper. I have my mistakes to show you, because I always like to point out mistakes so you can learn from my errors. So this one I just had a fingerprint, or got a smudge, and I'm going to show you how to eliminate that. And this one I think I got some water on it, so just be careful. So I have already cut out the oval, and so this is what I found was helpful. If you take just a sticky note and you just kind of put it on there. So now I have something to kind of like hold on to instead of getting, my fingers in it. And I'm going to use Sweet Sorbet. I find anything that has red pigment, so any of the pinks and the reds, you just get everywhere. So these are the blender brushes. They are the regular size, the standard size. They now have mini, so they're like half the size. You can use either. So I like to use it in a circular motion, so I'm just kind of rubbing it in my ink. And then I always start on a scrap paper first, because you're going to get like these blobs, and I don't want a blob on there. So I just kind of start over here, and I'm just going to slowly, in circular motion, I'm holding my Post-it note down here so it doesn't move too much. I can always add more ink. You can't take away ink. So I'm going to start off. And I want it to have like a little ombre look. So I'm not going to do the whole thing. So it's a little darker on one side, and then it gets a little lighter. So these are fun. They're kind of addictive. You want to play with them a lot. And then you just lift up your Post-it note and then move all the red stuff aside. And then you have a clean look versus the messy look. So that's a little tip. Okay, so that's done. I already have my card base done. And then the next thing I wanted to show you, I just realized I don't have my black ink. I'm gonna go get it. Hold on one sec. Okay, that's what I was looking for. So I'm gonna use the 2 flowers plus the leaf of this stamp set. And so I've already placed them, hopefully you like this trick. I've already placed them on my block, and I decided rather than put the flowers all on each individual blocks, I just put them all together because I'm just gonna stamp them in black. It doesn't matter if you use Memento or stays on for this one. We're just gonna sponge them. So I'm just going to stamp them. And if you're making multiples, I would just stamp multiples at once. And then how I colored them is I used sponge daubers. You could use a blender pen again, but this gives you a little bit more controlled, smaller area. So I'm just going to daub in here. In this one, I actually want a little kind of darker center. So I'm just kind of dark here and then sponge around. And that's it, like fast coloring. And then this is Evening Evergreen. Just a little, again, you can make it dark as light you want. But because we have this kind of sponged look, I don't want them to be perfectly colored. That I'm going to leave open. So this is what I wanted to show you. So like I said, I aligned them on here. So if you were to do multiples, I'd have them, they all go this way, all in the same direction. And then for the dies, like I said, there's 3 dies, or a die for each of them. And I'm going to use washi tape. So I'm going to line up my dies. Oh, where's the point? This one has the point. Why can't I do this on camera? There we go. This is why it even makes this, what I'm going to do, even better. So this one, nope, this one, there's a little point here and I'm trying to match up the points. There we go. That shifted, and the leaf is easy. Oh, that shifted again, I'll fix it. All right, so I'm doing this here before I put them on my machine, because I'm going to, here we go, use washi tape. I'm actually going to use, because this one's thin, I'm actually going to use 2. All right, I'm going to press it down, and I'm going to run it through my machine right here. All right, so this part's not as impressive, but wait till you see what the next part is. So I'm going to run them through. Maybe you can even predict what I'm going to do, because I already showed you like a hint. Oh, I lost a flower. I'll find it. I actually have extras. So here we go. So if you carefully peel this up, watch, so that it stays connected to your dies. And because I stamped multiple stamping, but I left the flowers of the stamps in the same spot, I can now align those in the right spot, and I can cut them out, and I can repeat it each time. So then each time I will get my flowers. So that is my tip. And it's a very helpful one when you're doing multiple cuts, because we want 2 sets of each. Okay, so I already have some more cuts, so I'm not going to cut those, but I just wanted to show you that tip. All right. I think I have extra pieces cut. You know what? I'm just going to cut them. I did, but I left them downstairs. All right, no worries. I have this all set up. All right. So then when I go to do it for the next one, you can also, if you don't have these dies and you just have this stamp set, these aren't too hard to cut out with scissors. You can just cut them out. But look at, just line them up. Oops. My tape just ripped, so I'm going to just tape that back on there, and then I'll cut that through again. So you just keep an eye on your washi tape to make sure, you know, if you need to replace the tape, you can do that. All right, so now I think we're ready to assemble. So this I'm just going to glue straight down. We're going to pop up some other elements. I'll put that right there in the middle. Oops, it moved. Sorry. Sometimes the extra movement is good when you need to move things around. Okay, and so here's my sample. Like I said, I'm using the new Pool Party Grosgrain ribbon. It's really pretty. So I already cut a piece. So I'm going to, you could glue it down and wait or use glue dots, but I'm just going to use tear and tape. I'm going to put some tear and tape on my ribbon. The hardest part is just taking the backing off. I just cut my fingernails so they're not very sharp. Okay, so take that off, and I'm just going to put that down kind of in the middle like that, and I can always trim the edges later. And so then I'm going to lay out kind of where I want my flowers to go. I'm just kind of copying what I did, but you can certainly put your flowers wherever you like. So that's going to get tucked under there. This will kind of be over here. And you can see even, I sponged them differently. These are a little bit lighter. These are darker. It doesn't really matter. So because I have these holes here, I'm going to be careful where I put my glue. I was going to put it on here, but then I don't want it to go through the heart. So I'm just gonna put the glue actually on the card rather than on the flower. Actually, I'm gonna turn that this way. And this one I'm gonna pop up. Apparently I only have black. That's okay, I only have black dimensionals up here. And then these ones, actually, I'm going to glue off of there. I'm gonna, because they're all gonna be popped up. So I'm gonna put a little glue here, and a little glue on that. Again, I'm not really paying too much attention to the direction of the petals. I'm gonna flip that over. Oh, because I am using black dimensionals and I don't want the person to see that. Let's see. So I'm going to put one right there. and one right next to it. So you're not going to see the black through the holes. Little hiding them up a little bit, right? Yep. So then I already cut out with those dies some. I used Evening Evergreen to kind of mimic the color that I used here. And then, oh, I should have brought up the samples of this. This is beautiful. So it's gold. Let's see if I can find it quick in the catalog because it's really pretty. I'll go to the back to find out where the paper is. On page 15. Oh, it doesn't do it justice at all. So this is, what are they calling it? Fine shimmer paper. It's soft, succulent, fresh freesia in gold. But do you see like how pretty that gold is? It doesn't look pretty in here, but it really, it's beautiful and it's thick. It's really thick. So I already cut out the these leaves in here. So some of them I'm just going to leave popped out. Let's see. Because it's thick, some of them, oh, these ones pop out pretty easy. Sometimes they don't. But you can see in this card, I left those solid and I punched those out. So I might do the same thing. I kind of liked the look. Just gonna put those down there. I'm gonna wait on this one. I'm gonna put that on top of the words like I did here. And I'm going to, again, you can leave these some in, some out, or poke them all out. This is gonna get tucked. I should have put this one on first. That's okay. I'm just gonna tuck it right there. The curve kind of works nicely with the curve of the oval, and so that's what I was doing before, but I'm just going to tuck that right in there. We'll see, maybe I'll like it better. And I have a rectangle. This is from my stitched rectangles. I'm just going to stamp the words. Again, it says just a little reminder that you are loved. So it can be Valentine's, or it can be just a thinking of you card. Or like I did here, I just used, I forget the name of the set, but it's the one that has the tulips. That birthday greeting fits nicely in this rectangle, but you can put whatever you want on it. Okay, and so I'm just going to use, I'm going to use the edges of this one. All right, so this is going to go on top of my ribbon that now looks crooked. Ooh, maybe. Nope, I'm just going to leave that alone. I'm going to leave it crooked because, darn it, it's going to rip. How in the world did I put that on crooked? I know it's going to rip, but it's going to be underneath my words. Let's say that's a little bit straighter. You're not going to see that rip. Okay, that's a little bit better. Okay, so I am just going to put the dimensionals on the top because this is going to hover over the ribbon. So that's my top. Again, I would normally use white dimensionals, but I brought them down for a project and did not bring them back up. Out of practice. I haven't done a video in a while. Took December off from doing videos. And I can tell. It's kind of like when you haven't done sit-ups in a while or you're just out of practice. Okay, so that's going to go right there. I'm going to center that as best I can. And then I think that's it. Oh, we'll do the inside. If you wanted to add some gems, like I'm actually going to, because look, I noticed I have a little red spot because I said red goes everywhere. So I have some gold gems. I'll just put a couple on that one to hide it. And then for the inside, I just did one flower. And so I didn't even take it off the block. So let's put some scrap under there just in case. So I just inked up, oops. I just inked up that one to flower and then just stamped it on the bottom. So again, if I'm going to make more, because I really like this card, I probably will make some more. And maybe for different reasons. I can do thank yous or birthdays and whatever. And then I just did a little sponge. And then we'll just put that on the inside, and then it's all done. And I like how you can see just don't want to rub over that in case I smudge it. I like how you see the white flowers through the holes, and then when it's standing up, you kind of see through. So there you go. So those two are pretty similar. Again, with each sponging, they all have a different look to it. Oh, look, I even put the white part on that, and I put the darker on the top. So they each have a little different look. And again, that one was a birthday. So I hope you enjoyed the Guardian, my mistakes, but also the tips. If you did, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. You can just click the subscribe button, and then you'll be notified when I upload new videos, as well as visit my blog, mailsomethingpretty.com, and be sure to sign up for my mailing list. I send out emails every Tuesday afternoon, as well as sometimes a few extra during the week, just if there's extra stuff going on that I think you need to know. Thank you again. I'm Christine Josty of Mail Something Pretty. Have a great day. Bye-bye.